Okay, guys, we are live on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. How amazing is that?
So many.
So look, I thought I'd get this in here whilst we've got our 1-year-old asleep currently. Don't know how long that's going to last. But look, how are you guys anyway? And by the way, Amir Raffier, I'm the owner of Next Chapter Estate Agents. This is
Katie, and this is
Daisy.
Daisy.
So guys, look, I thought we'd jump on this live stream, like I said, whilst our 1-year-old is asleep. Otherwise, it would be impossible. And I wanted to show you, and annoying, yeah, exactly. So I wanted to show you guys the process that we're using at the moment to conduct valuations on clients' homes, and it's been going very, very well. I've got one booked in today at 1 o'clock, and yeah, I just wanted to give you a bit of an insight into the process and let you know that we're still here. We're still working.
Roma.
Yeah, the 1-year-old's called Roma. That's right. But look, guys, I'm going to take you through that process. But first of all, like, how are you? How are you coping? It's like another 3-week lockdown. How is everyone feeling at the moment? You can leave your comments and yeah, any questions, let us know. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to take you through this process. And if you've got any questions or if you'd like a remote valuation of your property, do let us know. You can head over to bookevaluation.com, book it straight into the diary, and yeah, I'll be in touch. So let me share my screen and let's take you through the process. I'm going to use Kate as a potential example of what a Zoom call would look like. So bear with me for one moment. Hopefully this is going to work. Okay, let's have a little look. Okay, cool. All right. Okay, are you guys able to see that? Has that come up okay? Okay, I think it has. All right, cool. So look, this is the Zoom page. Let me just try and get that up on my screen. Okay, so first process is that you are going to book in a time and date for you to conduct a remote video valuation of your property. Once I get that time and date, I am going to send you a Zoom invite. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to send it to Katie to show you guys an example. So the time now is 10:55. If I set that for, let's say 11 o'clock, is today the 17th? It is. All right, I'm going to run that meeting for 40 to 45 minutes. And in that 45 minutes, you guys are going to show me, give me a bit of a tour. Oh, is it?
I think so. I'm watching it.
Okay, guys. All right. Looks like our Instagram feed is frozen for some reason. Hopefully it will come back. I don't know whether it's the internet connection seems to be playing up a little bit recently. But look, I'm going to invite you to, yeah, so I'm going to show you an example here. So this is the Zoom meeting that I'm going to be booking. I'm going to, now listen, it's completely up to you. Some people don't like being on camera. So you can either have the camera on or have the camera off. On this occasion, I'm going to have the camera on for both me and Kate. Kate, in this case, is the client. So let's do that. I'm going to save that meeting.
I'm going to try and figure out what's going on here.
Okay. Yeah.
It's frozen.
All right. Now, I've got the ability to start this meeting shortly. But first of all, I need to send Kate an invitation. So this is exactly what I would be sending you as a client. So let's do that. I'm going to show you. I'm going to copy this from the clipboard here. Let me take you to a different sharing of my screen. Let's show you exactly what I would be doing, which would be sending you an email. So I'm going to be sending this to Katie.
Sorry.
Next chapter, remote valuation. Okay, I'm just going to paste the invite into Katie's email address. Okay, so in this case, Katie is the client. So this is what you would receive. So and again, if you'd like a remote valuation booked, then head over to bookevaluation.com. You can jump straight onto that site and book a valuation straight into my diary. And this is the process that we would go through. So, hey guys, Instagram. Okay, too close. Right, yeah. So that's what would happen there. So I'm going to send this across to Kate now. Pick that up, and then what I will do is go back to the screen share for Zoom. Bear with me. Where's that gone? Okay, cool. Can you guys see that screen again? Is that, if someone can just give me a bit of a heads up, this live feed is okay. And also, because I'm sharing my screen, if you could just type into the comments the website address, just in case other people wanted to have a remote valuation booked in. So if you could just type in the website address, that'd be great, just because I'm sharing my screen at the moment. So that website is bookevaluation.com. That's bookevaluation.com. If you can put that in the comments, that'd be really handy. All right, so back to the screen here for Zoom. All right, I am going to join this. I'm going to start the meeting. All right, I don't know whether you guys are going to be able to see that. And then Kate's going to head into another room. Okay, this is the process that we take in order to book a remote valuation of your property. So like I said, I've got somebody booked in this afternoon for a remote valuation. I've had 2 more this week. It's working really, really well. And yeah, I'm able to give people valuations of their homes remotely. And that could be for like any reason. It could be for, you know, I know that Kate and I have been looking through our finances recently, looking at all the incoming and outgoing costs, you know, and part of that, you know, is going to be a possible valuation of your home if you're needing to sell, if you're thinking about selling. So look, you know, this shouldn't stop us from giving you a valuation of your property. So, and if that is something you'd like, head over to bookevaluation.com. It'd be really handy if someone could leave that in the comment point. So, okay, where are we at? Join the meeting, start the meeting. All right. Okay. Cheers, Kate. All right, I don't know whether you're going to get to see this next bit here. This is going to possibly seem a little bit strange. So I'm just joining the Zoom meeting. I'm going to share that screen. I'm going to let you know what that looks like. Okay, cool. Okay. Can you guys see what we are seeing?
I don't think people can see it on Instagram.
Yeah, you need to. If you show people on Instagram this screen,
they'll be able to see it.
They'll be able to see it. Yeah.
Can we spin it around? That's it.
Okay, so I've got the Zoom app here. It's very, very quick. It's very easy. Honestly, as soon as you receive the email, you don't have to do anything other than click the link, and it's all pretty automatic, isn't it? It's quite an easy process. So yeah, so Kate, if you head into the other room, yeah, pick up your emails. I've just sent the Zoom link via email. So I don't know whether you want to show these guys on this camera and on Instagram the email that I've just sent.
So I have just received.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, an email showing that I've got a remote valuation.
Do you want to show these guys as well?
So if you can see that there.
On this, yeah, that's it. So that's the email that I've sent a minute ago, which I'd shown you on my screen. So Kate's now received that email. If you press the link, Kate, what happens next? Show the guys on. If you can show the guys on here as opposed to Instagram, that'd be great. Okay, cool. All right. So do you want to join? I think you probably have to go into the other room.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, please. Yeah. So Kate, look. Okay. So you guys can. You should be able to see this actually. Okay. Let me show you. All right. So I'm going to admit Kate into this Zoom call. All right, Kate. How's it going? Awesome. All right, we're now in a Zoom video call, and this is how we would conduct the valuations. If you want a valuation of your property, head over to bookevaluation.com. valuations.com. If somebody can leave that in the comments, that'd be awesome. But yeah, I'm now on a Zoom call with Kate, who is, in your case, would be you, the client. And she would have the ability now to show me around the property, talk me through what she's done, any extensions, any new kitchens, things like that. And then from that point, okay, as soon as I've got all the information that I need, Katie, I'm going to stop this Zoom call now. So let's assume that Kate has shown me around the property, given me all the information that I need. I'm now going to, in fact, I'll tell you, Kate, why don't I keep you on and then I can show you my screen share on Zoom. Okay, cool. So I would share my screen with Katie.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, let's share that screen. I'm hoping you guys are going to be able to see this.
I can see it.
What can you see?
It's price, guys.
Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm gonna switch back actually, Kate, because we're streaming live as well on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. When I do a screen share on Zoom, they can't see that on StreamYard. Okay, cool. So, guys, I'm just gonna. Ordinarily, what would happen is that I would be on Zoom and I would share my screen with you and talk you through all the research that we would conduct in order to put a valuation on your home. But I'm just going to share that screen on Facebook and YouTube instead. So I'm going to lose Kate for a minute and then I'm going to show you guys what you will see next in a Zoom call. So let's have a look, bear with me. Okay, so this is access to the back end of Rightmove, guys. So just for the purpose of this, I'm going to type in the postcode of our office address, and I'm just going to show you some research for properties on that road. Where is it? Where's that? Not coming up. So this is what we would do as part of the valuation for your property. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. All right. Okay, so let's take our office address, for example. If I was going to give you a valuation on your property today within that postcode, I would ordinarily do a search within a 1/4 mile radius of your postcode. I would then perhaps sort of leave all of this quite open. I'd want as much recent research as possible. So I would share this screen with you on a remote valuation. So if that is something you'd like, head over to bookavaluation.com. You can book it straight into my diary from there. All right, let's have a little look. So let's have a look at all the properties that have been on the market, that are currently on the market, and that have sold within a 1/4 mile radius of the of this postcode here. Now, let's say I was giving a valuation on a 3-bed, semi-detached Edwardian house. Let's carry out a search to see what comes up. Okay. All right, so we're looking, I mean, this gives you a complete overview of everything that's on the market, everything that's sold, everything that still remains on the market. Now, I'm looking for research based on a 3-bed, semi-detached Edwardian property. So I want to narrow that search down a little bit, and I'm probably going to do that by looking for 3-bedroom houses. Okay, awesome. So immediately, this research based on this postcode within a 1/4 mile radius has given me, and I've gone back to the beginning of November. This has given me an overview of all the 3-beds that have been on the market, that are currently on the market, and those that sold or those that didn't sell. And sometimes, if the land registry is up to date, it also gives you a bit of a rundown on the sold price history. So, yeah, I mean, there's quite a bit to choose from. So I suppose, look, at the moment, looking at it here, there was a 3-bed semi-detached house that Edwardian, November 2019, completed for 595. Let's have a little look at what that looked like inside. I mean, very, very nice. You know, so if I was valuing something similar on this road, I would take into account that this completed in November 2019 for 595. Guys, the market has definitely shifted. So I think going forward, something like this, if it was to come back on the market today, probably wouldn't achieve 595. And bear in mind, it was a guide price of 600 to 625 initially, 600 to 620. So I think that if that went back on the market today, it would probably be going on the market at around 575 to 585. Then you've got a 3-bed semi here that's been on the market since October last year that remains unsold. So that would suggest a couple of things. Either it's not being advertised correctly by the current estate agent, or the current estate agent is not being proactive enough with their database of buyers. And I am going to show you the list of buyers that we've got on our database shortly. I'm going to share my screen for our estate.
So if you've just joined, we're just running you through.
Okay, so yes, this is a remote valuation that we'd be doing if you were to book that in, which you can do if you head over to bookevaluation.com. If someone can leave that in the comments, that'd be amazing, just in case anyone does want a remote valuation. So yeah, look, 3 beds within a quarter-of-a-mile radius of the postcode that I've typed in are selling for as little as 450, but as much as 600 grand. Now, if it was an Edwardian house, I'd want to be focusing on Edwardian properties. And there's plenty here for me to choose from. You know, there was one on Gresham Road here at 550. Unfortunately, didn't sell. One on the market on Rose Valley at the moment at 575. I suppose, really, look, if you've got a 3-bed semi-detached house, Edwardian, within a quarter-of-a-mile radius of King Edward Road, then I would say that, look, depending on the size, it could be as little as 550. It could be as much as 585. But that all depends on the size, the condition, out, you know. But look, this is roughly the research and the mode that we would use in order to come up with a price. It'd be a lot easier actually if I had a specific property that I was valuing. But yeah, this just gives you a bit of an understanding as to the process that we go through. And then what I want to show you guys as well, let me just get rid of that screen, share my estate agency software screen. Sorry guys, there is a dog in this room. Bear with me. Okay, all right. You guys should now be able to see my screen, which is our estate agency software.
And that's if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube.
Oh, yeah. So, look, what I would normally do is, whilst I'm sat in your home, which I can't do currently, we're on another 3-week lockdown, I would share my screen with you on the laptop, and you can see here. Can you guys just let me know that you can definitely see this? Because as I'm sort of switching between screens, I just want to make sure that you're able to see what I see. Okay, cool. All right, let me get back to this. All right, look, I want to show you here. I've got currently applicants looking to buy, active applicants, 6,815 people registered on our database. Now, what I want to do, that would be absolutely impossible for me to call through 6,815 people, but I'm going to narrow that down just based on the price range that I've given for that, for the research for a house within a quarter-of-a-mile radius of King Edward Road. So let's do that. I'm going to narrow that down. So I'm going to look for people with budgets of between 550 and 585. That immediately narrows it down to 1,630 potential buyers. Okay, that was from 6,000 and something. I'm now going to take it back to, what, the beginning of January? Okay, so since the beginning of January, we have 96 potential buyers registered on our database, looking between 550 and 585 active applicants. Now, obviously, because of GDPR, I can't show you too much on this live feed. But yeah, normally I would go through the list. If I was sat in your home, I would go through the list of buyers that we have registered, and I would pluck out 4 or 5 of those serious buyers and let you know that I had 4 or 5 buyers immediately. You know, a lot of estate agents sit in clients' homes. They tell them they've got all these buyers waiting for them. They can sell a property within a week, and then and then they sign up and nothing comes good. I think that people believe what they see, not what they hear. So that's why I'm sharing my screen with you today. And when I'm sat in a client's home as well, that's why I share this screen with them on my laptop to actually prove to them that we have a number of buyers. But yeah, look, that's right. Look, there are a number of other things that we do within a valuation, but this is roughly what we would do for you based on a remote valuation. So if you would like a remote valuation on your property, then we can do that. We've got all the technology ready to go. I can share my screen, take you through the research. Head over to bookaValuation.com and book a remote valuation straight into my diary, guys. I hope this helped a little bit. It is very tough going live on 3 different platforms. I'm talking about Instagram over here, Facebook, YouTube, and I'm trying to share my screen. So yes, I hope that helps a little bit. And if you've missed any of it, then sort of go back and rewatch it. But we can conduct remote valuations for you. I can share my screen. I can show you exactly the kind of research that I'm doing on Rightmove to come up with a price based on my experience, based on the research.
We were doing
We're back.
together a best price guide, a report that would look at a radius of all the houses within your area that had sold within the last year, Amir?
No, definitely not.
How far back would you go?
I wouldn't at this moment in time. I wouldn't go back any further than 3 or 4 months because the market has shifted so much.
Okay, so that would be you'd be looking at the context of houses that sold within your area.
Okay, guys. So yeah, we're all done on this live feed. If you would like a valuation, then please head over to bookavaluation.com. You can book a remote-based valuation using Zoom. I've shown you how that works, that process. It's so simple, honestly. I just send you a link via email. You press that link. We're connected via Zoom. I share my screen. I share all the research that I've done, and then you show me around your property, and I give you a valuation. Okay, we can still, even on lockdown, we can become inventive. So look, I don't know, you might be thinking about evaluation for a number of reasons, financial reasons. A lot of people are thinking about their finances recently, or you just want to move and you're getting fed up of being in lockdown. You can't wait for lockdown to be over. You want a remote valuation done. You want to know roughly how much it's going to be worth. And then when lockdown is over and everyone's back to normal, you've had the valuation, we just get the photographer in and we push forward. So head over to bookavaluation.com. If someone could write that'd be amazing. So bookavaluation.com, you can book it straight into my diary. It's a remote-based valuation through Zoom. I share my screen. I'm not trying to hide anything. That's it. I hope you've enjoyed this live feed. So thank you so much, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, actually, I've managed to... Okay, there you go. Bookavaluation.com. I should have had that on there all the time, actually. So yeah, all right. Cheers, guys. That is awesome, and look forward to hearing from you. Take care.